I stalked a celebrity in Washington, D.C.
I have a terrible Beyonce obsession. I have a towel framed at home in a shadow box that she dapped her sweat and makeup, gave it back to me.
Pattinson said that after the first Twilight came out, there was a stalker who waited outside of his apartment in Spain every day.
Does Taylor Swift work with an astrologer?
One time I was in the mall and I had someone just following me around the entire time I'm walking the mall.
This guy that would drive on the weekends to my parents' house and stand outside and scream how he was going to.
At some point, the internet blurred a line that used to be very clear. The line between admiring someone from a distance and feeling like you actually know them. Like, genuinely know them. Their sense of humor, their trauma, their coffee order, their situationship drama, all of it. And somewhere between the Instagram lives and the TikTok vlogs and the parasocial relationships we've built with total strangers, something got a little out of hand. Hello beautiful people, my name is Capable and welcome to the Girl Let's Chat series, the safe space where we unpack the madness of the internet, the trends, the delusions,
Who approved this moment?
because TikTok will have you thinking this is normal and I'm here to say, is it though? Anyways, girl, let's chat about why we're out here going to war for celebrities who don't even know our names. So your favorite celebrity posted something and within minutes, thousands of people are in the comments defending them. People who've probably never even met them, never spoken to them, never even been in the same room as them. And when someone dares to say something critical, attacks are immediate, personal, vicious. Like someone insulted their actual family. And if you haven't figured it out by now, we're talking about parasocial relationships in this video, and research shows that these bonds are more powerful and more common than most people want to admit. The term was actually first coined by Donald Horton and R. Richard Volk, but social media has turbo-changed this phenomenon in ways they never could have predicted. Because now the celebrity isn't just on a screen, they're in your bedroom, on your phone, replying to comments, giving lives at midnight. The distance just feels like nothing. Now, the reason why I decided to even make this video is because of two things. First, the movie Opus. The premise is built around a reclusive music icon who creates this almost cult-like world around himself, and his fans are so deep in their devotion that he genuinely can do no wrong in their eyes. Everything he does is justified, everything is forgiven, and watching that I thought, this isn't far from reality. If you haven't watched it yet, I'd highly recommend it. John Malkovich is in it, and I think he did such a great job portraying this character. And then there's The Boys, which is essentially a whole show about what happens when we worship people with powers so blindly that we give them permission to do whatever they want. And yes, the show is fictional, but the commentary is very real. Both of these stories are asking the same question. What happens when admiration stops being about the work and starts being about the person? To a level that removes all critical thinking entirely. Real quick sidebar, I have a fashion guide called Shop Your Closet in the description below. It's all about creating new outfits from what you already own without spending any money. I have also dropped some free fashion worksheets down there, so make sure to grab those. So here's where it gets really interesting, but also a little uncomfortable, because I think some fans have developed a sense of entitlement over celebrities that's genuinely wild. Research shows that the more access we have to someone's personal life, the more we feel entitled to know even more. Social media removed the middleman completely. Before it existed, celebrities, they only shared select parts of their lives through TV, radio, and news outlets. Now the expectation is full access all the time. And the more we see, the more we feel we deserve to see. And when celebrities dare to set boundaries, the reaction is something else. So Chaperone went on TikTok and asked her fans to stop harassing her in public. Yeah, she got dragged for that. Fans felt that because she was famous, she had no right to personal space. Some even felt that she was being unappreciative. So I guess the logic being, if you didn't want to be treated this way, you shouldn't have become famous in the first place. Which I don't fully agree with that. And I actually talked about a version of this in this video because the K-pop industry has a specific term for obsessive fans, so check this video out next. Now let's talk about what happens when this goes completely off the rails, because it just does. 2023, a man was arrested for stalking Taylor Swift. Like, this man genuinely believed that they had a whole relationship. Selena, one of the most beloved musicians of her generation, was shot by the president of her own fan club. And then there's John Lennon, who was shot by a man who had been a devoted fan. These are extreme examples, but they exist on the same spectrum as the person sending death threats in a celebrity's comments because, I don't know, they started dating someone new. It's the same psychology, just at different points on the scale. This isn't just about celebrities, this is about what parasocial relationships can do to us. Research shows that fans who become emotionally attached to celebrities may develop an unhealthy obsession, and if that celebrity disappoints them in any way, it can cause a dramatic shift in their mental health, especially when fans cling to celebrities rather than investing in real-life relationships. The emotional impact is inevitable. There's also something called a parasocial breakup. Yes, this is a real thing, and study shows that this grief can feel just as real and just as painful as the end of an actual relationship. Parasocial relationships aren't a sign that something is wrong with you. Sometimes they fill a genuine gap, but when they start replacing real connections, that's when it becomes worth paying attention to. So what do we do with all of this? Because I'm not telling you to stop loving your favorite artist or celebrity. That's not the point. The point is awareness. There's a difference between loving someone's work and believing that you know them. There's a difference between being a fan and losing yourself in someone else's identity. There's also a difference between admiring someone and needing them to be perfect to justify how much you've invested in them. The version of your favorite celebrity that lives in your head, the one you feel like you know, is a curation. It's what they choose to show you, and that's not a criticism of them. That's just the reality of how public image works. So the question worth asking is, whose life are you watching so closely that you aren't fully living your own? Whose opinions are you absorbing so deeply that you aren't sure which ones are actually yours? Because this is where parasocial relationships get quietly dangerous. Not in the dramatic stalking cases, but in the slow, ordinary way that someone else's identity starts to replace your own. So I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think celebrities owe their fans access to their personal lives or just their work? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the ending of today's video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a like and make sure to subscribe for some different types of videos every week, because we don't stick to the same videos here. I get bored easily.